Do you read past the headlines? They're not always what they're cracked up to be. Hello, I'm Betty Russo. Welcome to episode number 153 of my North Jersey Lifestyle Show. Are you concerned about what you're seeing in the real estate market headlines, but also feeling like you're getting conflicting information and you're not sure what to believe? Well, my friend, you are not alone. The headlines are not always what they're cracked up to be. Today, we will dig deeper into those headlines and talk about what's really happening in this month's edition of Market Trends. Let's preface the conversation with this question. What is clickbait? Clickbait is content intended to attract attention on the internet, such as a headline to encourage readers to click on a link to learn more. The problem with clickbait is this. Many people, they'll see the headline and take it at face value without actually clicking to read more. And more often than not, the details beyond the click are where all of the facts are. Let's talk specific headlines. Here's one from Realtor.com. Foreclosures are shooting up. Is this a repeat of the early 2000s housing crisis? Well, of course, foreclosures are unavoidable as the moratoriums are lifted, but according to Adam Data, we are nowhere near where we were in 2019, the more normal market. This type of headline is doing its job. It's piquing your interest and hopefully getting you to click for more. But if you're not clicking, what you are seeing is that foreclosures are shooting up, and that could be scary. Are you with me? The details are beyond the click. Here's an interesting headline from CNBC. Mortgage originations will drop 33% in 2022 as interest rates rise according to the industry forecast. What is wrong with this headline? On the surface, well, suppose you happen to click on the link. In that case, the actual article says that refinance originations will drop, which makes sense in a rising interest rate environment because fewer people will be refinancing. The article goes on to say, mortgage originations for the purpose of buying a home are forecasted to rise 9% to a record $1.73 trillion next year. Are you still with me? Unfortunately, if you're not reading the headlines, or shall I say only reading the headlines and not digging into the article, you're probably summarizing that now is not a good time to make your move. Another misconception that we see in the headlines is that of rising mortgage rates. Although they are slowly rising, rates are still going to remain historically low for quite some time. Now, I'm no mortgage forecaster or a great wizard that can predict the future, so let's take a look at this quote from Doug Duncan at Fannie Mae. Right now, we forecast mortgage rates to average 3.3% in 2022, which, though slightly higher than 2020 and 2021, by historical standards, remains extremely low and supportive of mortgage demand and affordability. So, will buyer affordability be negatively affected by rising mortgage rates? Of course, a little bit. I've been saying this all along, but nevertheless, rates are still unbelievably low. The key is to get out there in the market and purchase your dream home before rates rise. Delaying your purchase is not in your best interest. Another thing I've mentioned time and time again is that home values are also continuing to appreciate. I seriously have this battle at least once a week when people tell me they feel like prices are too high right now and the market is going to bottom out, so they're going to wait. What does that mean, feel like? I am telling you that is not what is expected to happen. Home values will continue to appreciate, but at a slower pace than we've seen in the past year. In fact, the industry experts are predicting about 5.1% appreciation across the country next year. That is hardly a decline in home values. People still value home ownership. They still want their extra personal space, and so many continue to work from home. That is not going to change anytime soon. So, why are home values expected to continue rising? It's very simple. It's supply and demand. The shortage of homes for sale remains an issue. Home sellers, if you're hanging on for that continued increase in home value, remember the next home you want to buy will also be more expensive. It's all relative. Questions, I can help. Feel free to reach out to me on social media, wherever you're watching this, and let's connect. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel where I share lots of great real estate information all the time. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you soon.